This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callis. These are your standing updates and game recaps from Saturday, March the 28th. We'll start with the Yankees and Orioles. It was a pitcher's duel in Baltimore. Only one run was scored, and it was on a sacrifice fly hit by Gleyber Torres off Alex Cobb in the 8th inning. Starter Masahiro Tanaka pitched a complete game shutout for the Yankees. The three-game series is now tied at 1. The Pirates won their second straight to start the season in a close game with the Rays. Charlie Morton pitched 7 full innings and gave up 1 earned run in the start against his former team. Jose Alvarado came in the 8th and gave up a go-ahead 2-run home run to Gregory Polanco. Pirates closer Keone Kela earned his first save of the season. The Pirates lead the series now 2-0. One of our games of the day here on Major League Baseball's virtual network. The Toronto Blue Jays beat the Boston Red Sox 5-0. Home runs dominated this game, most notably in the 5th inning when Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Randall Grichuk, and Brandon Drury each hit solo home runs to pull away from the Red Sox. Mitch Moreland, Michael Chavis, and Christian Vasquez each hit solo home runs in the loss. Martin Perez gave up 5 earned runs on 9 hits over 5 innings pitched in his Red Sox debut. This AL Central game, the White Sox were nearly unstoppable, getting 6 runs in the 6th inning while getting home runs by Yoan Moncada, Eloy Jimenez, and Luis Robert in the game. Jose Abreu went 4 for 5 with 2 RBIs in the win, and Luis Robert's home run was the first of his Major League Baseball career. Another AL Central matchup. The offense was on both early and late for the Tigers. Nico Goodrum and Jeimer Candelario each hit a home run, and other RBIs were tallied by Miguel Cabrera, CJ Cron, and Jonathan Scope. Indians starter Carlos Carrasco gave up 3 earned runs in 6 innings pitched, and 3 members of the Indians bullpen contributed to the 5 earned runs given up there in the 8th inning. Twins 11, Athletics 5. Mike Fiers only made it through 1 full inning and gave up 6 earned runs in his first start of 2020 with the A's. Minnesota got 2 home runs from Max Kepler and had Nelson Cruz, Eddie Rosario, and Marwin Gonzalez each drive in runs on other base hits. Matt Olson and Robbie Grossman each homered in the Oakland loss. Texas took a 2-1 lead in the 4-game series after scoring early and padding on to the lead with 3 runs in the 8th and 1 in the 9th. Justice Sheffield pitched 4 1/3 innings and gave up 2 earned runs on 3 hits and walked 4 in his losing effort. The Angels got their first win of the season, beating the Astros in Game 3 of this 4-game series. Urquidy didn't pitch past the 4th inning, giving up 5 runs on 10 hits. The Angels got 4 home runs hit by Anthony Rendon, Justin Upton, Albert Pujols, and Jason Castro. Justin Upton's home run was the 300th of his Major League career. Dylan Bundy gave up 4 earned runs in 6 innings pitched and got the winning decision in his Angels debut. NL East Division game, the Marlins scored early and consistently in this game, only going 2 innings without producing a run. Despite that, the Phillies struck hardly late in the game, but fell short in the 9th by a run. Jake Arrieta got the loss with the Phillies in his 2020 debut pitching. Our other game of the day, Nationals 8 and Mets 7. Home runs filled the Queens in this game, but none was bigger than the Juan Soto 3-run home run in the 8th off Seth Lugo to give the Nationals the lead. Both starters Marcus Stroman and Max Scherzer got a no decision in this game. Moving over to the NL Central, runs came at a premium for both the Reds and the Cardinals. Tucker Barnhart hit an RBI double off St. Louis starter Dakota Hudson in the 6th inning to give the Reds a lead. But in the 8th, reliever Michael Lorenzen gave up a 2-run home run to Paul DeJong, and the Cardinals were able to win. Cincinnati starter Sonny Gray pitched 6 full innings and gave up no earned runs on 3 hits. More NL Central baseball. John Lester pitched 5 innings, giving up runs in the second and third to the Brewers. He was due for the loss, but the Cubs came back and tied the game in the 7th to pull him off the hook. The Brewers, however, were able to muster a couple runs off Cubs reliever Kyle Ryan and get their game-winning hit in the bottom of the 9th. The Cubs pitching staff walked 6 total batters, leading to the Brewers scoring 7 runs on only 5 hits. Atlanta 7, Arizona 3, and the Braves offense came alive in this game with 15 hits. Diamondback starter Mike Leake gave up 5 runs on 10 hits and couldn't pitch out of the 4th inning. He got the losing decision. Stephen Vogt hit a solo home run in the 5th, and Christian Walker hit a 2-run home run in the 7th for the Diamondbacks' losing effort. For the Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr. went 4 for 5 with an RBI. Travis d'Arnaud went 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs. And pitcher Mike Foltynewicz went 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Kevin Gausman and David Price were each starting on the mound for their first time with their new organizations. Price allowed 5 earned runs on 6 hits in 5 full innings, but was replaced without recording an out in the 6th. Gausman went 7 full innings and gave up 2 earned runs. Despite a 2-run home run by Gavin Lux in the bottom of the 9th, Giants closer Tony Watson was able to keep their lead intact and earn his 2nd save in 3 games. The Padres were able to get a run in the 5th on a Tommy Pham home run, and then a run in the 6th on a Franchy Cordero RBI single. Those were the only 2 earned runs John Gray gave up in his start, but with the Rockies' offense blanked, he got the losing decision on the mound. Colorado's bullpen pitched 2 scoreless innings, and Padres starter Dinelson Lamet pitched 8 scoreless innings, giving up 4 hits. Kirby Yates earned his first save of the 2020 season. Moving over to standings now. Starting in the American League East, the Toronto Blue Jays now 3 games, have 3 games and have played 3 games and have won 3 games. The Red Sox lost 3 to the Blue Jays. Those two are polar opposites. The Orioles and Yankees now split in their series, so they're each 1-1 in the middle of the standings, and the Rays have lost 2 straight to the Pirates, now 0-2 and in 3rd place. American League Central, the Chicago White Sox have beaten the Kansas City Royals twice. They're up 2-0, and in first place, Royals 0-2 to start the season. In last place, Indians and Tigers tied for 2nd. They've split their series now 1-1, and the Twins have lost 2 to the Athletics. The game 4 of that series scheduled for tomorrow. Over to the American League West, the Astros lost to the Angels, and the Angels now on the board in the win column. The Astros still remain at the top of the AL West, but are now joined by the Rangers and the Athletics. Mariners and Angels each tied for last with 1-2 records. Wildcard standings still not prevalent yet, but those are the top teams in the American League for you. Over to the National League. The National League East, more specifically, the Miami Marlins have beaten the Philadelphia Phillies twice. They're at the top of the division now with a 2-1 record. The Braves 2-1 against the Diamondbacks. Game 4 of that series scheduled for tomorrow. And as a matter of fact, the Marlins and Phillies will be playing Game 4 tomorrow as well. The Mets and Nationals in the middle. They've tied in their series now, 1 game apiece. And the Phillies lost 2 to the Marlins, 1-2 in last place in the National League East. National League Central, right now, the Cardinals and Pirates tied for first place. The Cardinals have beaten the Reds in 2 games, and the Pirates have beaten the Rays in 2 games. The Cubs and Brewers have split their series so far. Game 3 of that series is tomorrow, and the Reds, again, 0-2 against the Cardinals. To the National League West, the San Diego Padres, 3 games up on the Colorado Rockies. Game 4 of that series scheduled tomorrow. Giants have beaten the Dodgers in 2 games. So the Giants 2-1, the Dodgers 1-2, and the Diamondbacks have now lost 2 to the Braves. And they're 1-2 on the season now. Game 4 of all these series are scheduled for tomorrow. And again, wild card standings not too relevant right now, but those are the top teams in the National League. Cardinals and Pirates at the top, and then down from there. And this has been the game recaps and standing updates from Major League Baseball on March 28th, 2020. I'm Nicholas Callis. You've been watching Major League Baseball's Virtual Network.